Even know it's too damn hot for a freaking long Furby.
Big.
Do you see these? You remind me today of a small Mexican chihuahua.
Damn! He's dead. There they are, Albert. Faces of stone.
Lord, I can hear you perfectly.
It doesn't get any bluer.
We are like the dreamer who dreams and then lives inside the dream. But who is the dreamer? What the hell?
Man, everything is really broken because now my stream deck is no longer pausing my muting my microphone. It's not bringing the music back when it's meant to. Hell's bells. This is balked. And yeah, I am gonna get heat stroke at this rate. It's not even that hot. It's just hot upstairs, like always, because this house is garbage. Trying to fix the fact that it's not muting my microphone when it's meant to. Again, even though I already fixed that. Why is this happening? Okay, it's working now. Did I see Ordeco in the chat earlier? Hello, Ordeco, how are you? Did we get a shout out for Ordeco? I don't think we did we? We got a shout out for Lovely, which appropriately made Lynchy. But we need a shout out for Ordeco. Thank you, Darcy. Excellent. If you want a amazing art stream to hang out in, click that there link and give my good friend Ordeco a follow. Ordeco, I actually saw your tweet the other day about a piece of software on itch, and I'm intrigued. I'm just going to leave it at that. Don't mention what it is, because if I end up doing it, it'll be a really good surprise. But it was good. Yeah. Don't worry, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. Moving on. We've got a bunch of aliens over there. Oh, good, Dust. Corn actually deleted. Well done. Thank you, Corn. We've got a bunch of aliens over there. But it's mostly the same on this side as it is on this side, you know? It's basically the same. The little booths. We can get some light in there by pulling off the roofs. But I do feel like I want to look at the scene in the movie and see if I can customize a little bit, add a little bit more variety and like some sort of scenes happening. I've just kind of put each character in randomly to fill out the spaces, whereas I feel like I should make it more accurate, or as accurate as I can. Of course, there's a lot of alien minifigures that I don't have, or a lot of alien characters that I don't have minifigures of, but it's...
Hubba hubba. I'm glad the Mo is staying.
At least for now. At least for now. Goldfire, if you keep paying, I'll keep I'll keep not shaving. Thank you so much for your 25th month subscribing, my dude. It's great to see you. It's great to see you, man. How are you? It looks so much better than I thought on the night of the subathon. I gotta say that much. I do think you getting me to watch Star Wars helped with that too. It definitely would have helped you, because context does wonders. Brand recognition, baby. It's a powerful drug. I've got R2-D2 and C-3PO sort of standing awkwardly by the entrance because of their, you know, interaction in the movie of being told that they can't come in. So that's screen accurate, at least. Trying to get it so that you could sort of see back there. There's a couple of little seats back there which I think is accurate as well. There's definitely a sort of waiting area, I think, by the front of the cantina, or by the entrance of the cantina. So that's about it for the actual cantina itself, except for the all-exclusive, incredibly exciting storeroom. Let's see how much of it you can actually see. And yes, it is on a lazy Susan, except we don't like to make her feel bad. She tries really hard, so this is an active Susan or Deco. She's not lazy at all. You could barely see back there into the storeroom. Barely see back there. There's a couple of spare bottles hanging up, and the implication of some like canisters down the bottom as well. And another spare pair of macro binoculars, which is something that they've added a lot of in this set, just sort of around the place. So the actual cantina itself, I think, is a really cool playset. There's a lot of playable space for activities and minifig arrangements and that sort of thing. Let me try to adjust our camera back into a more suitable position. That is the opposite of that. There you go, that's about right. It is very, very beige. There's no getting around that. But I am glad I have it. It's such an iconic... Iconic is like a very overused word, I think. But it really is an iconic scene in Star Wars. It's the first scene in which you see aliens in the original Star Wars. It's a very... It was, at the time, a massively amazing moment in the movies, right? For the original audience to see, suddenly that like they're just thrown into this world full of crazy looking aliens. It's noisy, it's dirty, there's these wacky characters all around. It's like an hour into the film, mind you, and they're suddenly just exposed to this insane world. It's a big moment, and therefore it is incredibly iconic and really cool to have in Lego form. It'd just be so much better if I had somewhere to put it. This isn't the entire set though, as you all know. There are a couple of extra side builds that I'm not sure how I'm going to manage to get them on screen onto Susan. Maybe if I move the do back and sort of just rearrange everything on my desk. This has been what it's been. This is what it's been like the entire time trying to build the thing on stream, by the way. Just constantly awkwardly trying to rearrange things and move the camera and make it work. Lynchy is so hot. I don't know how much longer I can keep him on. The alien minifigs are really exciting. There's quite a few in this set that are exclusive as well, which is, you know, always a really big benefit to a large set. Is you're going to get some exclusive minifigures that you're not going to be able to find anywhere else. It just makes it feel that little bit more special. I am generally in favor of exclusive minifigures in that sense. As long as they are like available at regular retail, then exclusive minifigs are fine. If they are exclusive to Comic-Con San Diego and they become worth $1,000 on the aftermarket, I think that's, you know, not acceptable, especially when it's like a really beloved character or whatever, which is something they do frequently. But when it's a regularly available set, even if it's really expensive, if you're paying the big bucks, you should get some exclusive figures that aren't immensely popular characters, but are cool ones to have that can't be gotten anywhere else. Ones where no one's collection is going to feel incomplete if they can't afford them, is what I'm saying. For example, Tarkin should really be in some smaller, more affordable sets and not just in the Death Star because he is a main character in the original film. So that's an example of an exclusive minifigure that I don't like. So, our last 3 parts of the set here, and I'll just put the T9000 or whatever it's called into the background there as well, so you can see all the side builds together. This speeder, I have said from the very start, it's the very first thing that you build in the set, and I think it is really, really nifty. I think this is a really cool little thing that could have easily been its own set, however, is totally at home here in this set, and I think is an excellent inclusion. The techniques used to build it are great. The fact that you can have a person standing up here, which I think you actually see in the movie as it drives past, there is a man standing in that part. That's great. The only criticism of it I have is that if you do put a figure in there, I'll just grab Luke because he's close by. If you do put a figure in there, you can't have the cockpit on unless the minifigure is almost entirely laying down. Yeah, that's how much he has to be laying down to fit the cockpit on top, and that's just a little disappointing. I think maybe they could have done something a little different to have a little bit more of posability in there so you could have your figure standing up. I understand why it's like this. I think they prioritized the overall shape of the thing instead. It was a choice. It's not a deal breaker by any means. I still think it's a great little build. So that I really like, and I like that they haven't like thrown in any like stud shooters or anything like that. In fact, the only action feature in the entire set is the fact that you can have Han or Greedo get shot, and I think that's all you really need to have in this set. They could have like conceivably added something like a spot for Obi-Wan to swing around with his lightsaber or something like that, but I think that would have gotten in the way of it being a very accurate depiction of the cantina. These 2 side builds, again, I like quite a lot, and I think that they really help to add to the environment, the atmosphere of the cantina. If it's just a cantina itself, it's fine, but this allows you to have a sort of like a little bit more to the display that sort of builds up a feeling of Tatooine. Rather than just being the cantina by itself. Once again, we get a sliding door, which I think for play purposes, this is really suitable as being like, if you want to have the scene, if you want to depict the scene in your display where C-3PO and R2-D2 are hiding from the stormtroopers, there's your spot, right? Have them hiding in there. But this little build is actually meant to be a junk store, I think is the idea. So I imagine like you could have the Jawa staffing this little junk store. Hi, Hawkpunk, by the way. And I like the little counter. I think that's really cute. And of course, the classic cloth styling sort of shade over there as well. If I open up the lid, we should be able to get a little bit of light in there. And you can see that there's a coffee cup up on the wall, on the windowsill. But we can actually open this thing up as well. We do have a little junk rack here, and I think that's really effective. Like, there's only 4 pieces on that little ladder piece, but it's done in a way that makes it look really cluttered. I guess having this, whatever this piece is, I actually genuinely don't know, next to it adds to that sort of cluttered feel. Inside, honestly, this is a little underwhelming. Every time I open it, I kind of expect there to be a little bit more in there. But there is limited space. You've got a broom on the wall. You've got another pair of binoculars